We head now up to the top table and we'll talk to those fighters involved in the main events and the co-main event. And I'll start with a 55-fight veteran in Tommy Browne. Tommy, great to see you again. You mentioned yesterday you've never received this level of support before in the lead up to a fight. And you've fought some big names, Anthony Mundine, Chris John and others. What are people saying to you ahead of this fight with Michael Zerafa?
Yeah, thanks, Benny. It's good to be up here, get another opportunity on such a great card. You know, and to get a mention now, only 2 days out, to say that Tommy Browne's fighting Michael Zerafa, because 8 weeks ago I got a call up from No Limits to sign a contract to fight Michael, and all I've heard is Mick versus Tszyu, Mick versus Timmy, Nikita. So yeah, so I've received heaps of responses and messages from everyone back home, all over Australia actually, probably throughout my whole career, people reaching out to me, just supporting me for this fight. So it's, you know, I've had a great training camp. I've had 8 weeks to prepare for this, and feeling amazing.
But a lot of support as well from people that you don't know. What are punters saying about your fight with Michael Zerafa?
Oh, look, a lot of people don't know boxing. You know, they, including Mick. You know, he yesterday at the media workout, he said, "Who's Tommy Browne, or what's he's done?" Mate, I've done a lot more than what he's done, I'll tell you now. And if you get on Box Rec and you have a look at what I've achieved in my 58 fight career, 22 of them were title fights, and fought 2 of the best featherweights.
I think that's a good time to introduce Michael Zerafa. You'd have a response to that, I'm sure.
Oh, look, you know, I don't have much to say. He's, you know, he's getting knocked out by guys unbeaten in a minute, so. You know, and he's talking about a career.
Yeah, 4 years later.
That regardless, you just come back from Thailand fighting ladyboys, bro. Relax, calm down.
Mate.
You're fighting guys, you're going the distance with guys that wouldn't bruise an apple.
Mate, you talk about getting in the ring with the best middleweight in the world. Yeah, you did. But what did you do? You looked at the ref, you nodded your head, you quit like a little girl. Like, mate, you had an opportunity to go and win a world championship, and you laid down.
Yeah, I got up. I walked out. You got dragged.
Exactly.
You got carried out by Anthony Mundine.
You got up. That's right. You got up. You walked out of the ring.
Got carried out.
Carried out.
55 fights. 55 fights. Have you ever left your country?
Yeah,
besides Thailand?
Mate, 11 times. Have a look.
Yeah. Who'd you fight?
Mexico.
Yeah. Who'd you fight?
I've been to Mexico.
What world titles you fought?
America. Singapore.
You haven't fought nothing. You haven't fought nothing.
Right.
You win an ABC, WBC, whatever those little they give you.
Rudy Lopez, Chris John, Xinjin Chi.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, mate. I fought 6 former world champions.
Okay, and how'd you go?
6 of them. I beat 2 of them, actually.
Okay. Well, let's go. You got all the talk. Let's see. Come Wednesday night. We're at what? We're 48 hours away.
Yeah, mate. You're the one that's doing all the talk. I've been training, mate. You've been too caught up talking about Timmy and Nikita, and I've been focused and training on myself.
Good.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Good. Bring that focus Wednesday night.
The focus is there. Don't worry, mate.
No
I'll tell you what. The Tommy Browne that you're going to see.
Once I knock you out, don't come and try to shake my hand. Once I knock you out, don't come and try to shake my hand.
I'll tell you what I'll do, all right? I'll give you an opportunity, because I'm such a good bloke. You reckon you're going to put me in retirement? I'll even offer to train you after you retire me, okay? Because you've been through that many trainers. No one in Melbourne likes you. Now you've got Glenn Rushton. He's probably going to sack you after this fight too, you donkey.
Yeah, all right. We'll see. We'll see once I knock you out.
Mate, you shook my hand yesterday. You come over and say, "Hey, mate, shake your hand," and then you go talk shit behind the cameras.
Just showing respect to my eldest, you know what I mean? Just showing respect to the eldest, you know what I mean?
Well,
I'm surprised you
and the eldest going to give you a lesson on Wednesday, mate.
I'm surprised you didn't need help walking in here.
All right, buddy.
Enjoy yourself.
Anything else for us, Tommy?
Yeah, he's a clown. You're right, Australia. He's the biggest clown. He should take on something else.
Wow, Tommy Browne. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'd flog you outside here too, mate.
No, all right, bro, I'm right here. Why do you need to wait for outside? I'm right here.
All right, mate. We'll
come here and say it then. You want to flog me now? Come flog me now. Come.
George, this might be you, mate.
Talk a big game, do fuck all. You do fuck all.
See. All right, we'll see you Wednesday.
We'll see, you fucking idiot.
You're scared, mate. Go change your pants.
Fucking scared. Scared of you. A pensioner. Get the fuck out of here,
yesterday
man.
we're walking
Get
around
the
in the
fuck
media
out of here,
workout,
man.
mate. You're walking around scared, fucking.
Bro, you're getting caught by your pad man.
All right,
You're getting
all right.
caught by your pad man. You nearly got knocked out doing pads. Calm the fuck down.
All right, mate. We'll see.
Enjoy. Without me, you
I
don't
can't
get,
wait,
you don't
mate.
get paid. You should be
Christmas is
thanking
coming
me.
early
You're
for
getting a
Tommy Brown,
payday.
folks.
You're getting a payday.
If there's good punters out there, lay your bets on me because I'll tell you what, you'll be all cleaning up.
Yeah.
Jump in the queue.
All right, Michael Zerafa, you've already been introduced, but good to see you here.
Thanks,
How are you
brother.
feeling about the build-up so
scared.
far? Because you have been everywhere.
I feel good, man. I feel great. Like I said, I feel good. I've been here before. Tommy Brown's not going to bring anything that I haven't seen before. You know what I mean? Besides a receding hairline. I mean, I've done it all before. I've been at the top level. I've fought the best. It's just another day for me. You know what I mean? I've got nothing to prove. I come here, I bring the excitement. Like I said, without me, there's no controversy. There's no nothing. People get too caught up on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. I know I've got a guy in front of me before anything else. But yeah, like I said, Wednesday night we settle it.
Is it your understanding that if you win this fight and Nikita wins his, that fight is done?
Look, like I've said previously, leading up to the fight in every interview, I mean, he must be watching different shit because I've said, I'm not worried about anything else besides Tommy Brown. I'm focusing on him, and then after him, whatever comes. But I'd love to fight Nikita Tszyu. That's what's
You haven't gave me a mention the whole time, mate, through this whole camp. All you've been talking about is Timmy and Nikita. You haven't mentioned my name once.
It's because they're irrelevant. You're nothing to this sport. You should have retired 10 years ago.
I did. I'm back.
There you go.
I'm back, baby.
There you go. You're back. Stupid. You're an opponent.
Tommy Brown retires when Tommy
You're an
Brown wants to
opponent.
retire,
You're an
mate. You're
opponent.
not retiring me.
You're an opponent. You're an opponent.
A good opponent, too.
Yeah, okay.
Michael, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the main event, though. Nikita Tszyu and Koen. What do you think happens in that fight?
Look, it's a great fight. The sport of boxing needs it. Australia, despite our differences, Nikita's doing great things. Koen Mazoudier is a great fighter. And I think it's going to be he's going to be a hard fighter to beat Koen because, I put it down to Joel Camilleri. He's tougher, stronger, more experienced, and Koen got him out in 2 times. And Wade Ryan, who I believe is another tougher opponent, Koen beat him too. So again, I think it's going to be a great fight. Look, I think Koen can pull it off. This is where he makes a huge statement.
You're predicting an upset?
Look, I am. I mean, and it's nothing against Nikita. I mean, I know everyone thinks it is, but it's not. I just think styles make fights, and Koen can box.
Where's your trainer? Wasn't Glenn Rushton meant to be sitting alongside you?
Fuck, I don't know. He's left me too. Everyone's left me. Now, look, I don't know, to be honest. He probably has left me. I got no idea.
Because he is meant to be sitting alongside
He was meant to be sitting. Maybe you come sit here,
No, I'm right up here, thanks. But what happens who's in your corner on Wednesday night? Is it Glenn Rushton? Is that your understanding?
I've got Glenn Rushton, Josh Arnold, and my brother as well.
Okay.
And then I'm obviously been correlating back and forth with Nito Donaire. He's my head trainer. And then obviously for the next fight after this, I'll head over to Vegas and if all goes well, and I base my camp there and finish off, the unfinished business.
You've taken a bit of heat through the last week or so. I saw that Nikita Tszyu said that the fact Michael Zerafa is on my undercard, I find that amusing.
It's because he's boring.
Koen,
They need me. Wherever there's a Tszyu, there's a Zerafa. How have people not figured this out?
Koen, who's sitting alongside you, who I know you were trying to be friends with a minute ago, said that you quit over there in Las Vegas, and Tommy Brown has just absolutely given it to you.
That's all right. Like I said, they can say whatever they want. Like I said, I've been there numerous times. These guys will be lucky if they get to that level, but I wish them all the best. I've been there with Cal Brook, Peter Quillen. I've been there with Lara. I've been there numerous times. Worked with the best, for the best. I mean, look.
Talk about all these guys you've been. All these names that he's mentioned, he lost to them all.
If these guys,
he lost to every single one of them.
Yeah. If
all these big names, he lost.
Yeah. If these guys get there, then I wish them all the best.
What have you made of the journey of Nikita Tszyu? Because this is a Nikita Tszyu event. What have you thought about what you've seen from him so far, and what do you think about Nikita Tszyu?
Look, you can't knock anybody for winning. Everyone they've put in front of him, he's beaten. He's knocking him out. Look, his chin for me is very questionable. Out of his last 6, he has been hurt 4 times out of that 6. A guy that I disposed quite easily in Creati, a crafty fella that I took on 2 weeks' notice. Hurt him and nearly stopped the fight in the 6th round. And I think I'm a calibre above these guys. And if that fight ever eventuated, hopefully his chin's grown.
Do you have anything else for us, Michael? You've given plenty here, but...
Oh, mate, like I said, I'll carry the shows because, without me, there's no controversy, there's no one to hate. I just do me, and I feel like the sport needs me, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Whether you love or you hate me, you're going to tune in. Everyone that knows me knows I'm a good person. I give back. I give the T-shirt off my back and my last dollar. But I feel like we need more guys like myself to spark the sport. It does die without me, and again, we just do our thing.
Do you have a message to the boxing fans of Australia ahead of Wednesday night? Because there's only a couple of hundred tickets left, and plenty will be considering buying this fight on main event pay-per-view to see you in action. Some probably want to see Tommy beat you, but they'll be tuning in.
That'll be a good fight. Whether you're watching me, whether you're watching Tommy, whether you're watching any of the undercards, great fights. I'm looking forward to Koen and Jerome. That should have been the main event, to be quite honest. But regardless, whether you're tuning in for me, Koen, Nikita, whoever it may be, it's going to be a massive night of fights. And I'm looking forward to it. Grateful for No Limit. And keep on hating.
Tommy, do you want to give us something to finish on? You done?
No, mate.
You've done more than enough. Thank you, Tommy Browne and Michael Zerafa as well. So that is our co-main event. I'm sure we'll probably hear from him a little bit more as we get along into this fight, which is our main event on Wednesday night. Now that we know these fighters are fighting for a place in the top 15 with both the IBF and the WBO, the stakes are even bigger for Nikita Tszyu and Koen Mazoudier. I'll start with that man, Koen Mazoudier, who joins us, and you've just been letting it sort of wash over you there while Michael's been going back and forth with Tommy Browne. How are you enjoying the build-up to this fight?
Yeah, mate, just enjoying it all, and grateful to be a part of a big show. Grateful for this opportunity, and yeah, I'm grabbing it with both hands, both feet, and going to make the most of it, mate. It's going to be a fun fight, and as everyone's been saying, it's a cracker of a card. Like, if you're not tuning in for me and Nikita, man, tune in for all these fights, all these guys here. It's going to be a great show.
Did you like the fact that Zerafa just tipped you to win this fight against Nikita Tszyu, or you don't care?
Oh, it's just another opinion, but like, as much as he acts like a clown on stage and does all the show and whatnot, he's not a bad bloke, and he's been there. He's been at the top of the sport. I'm here to earn the respect of the people that I respect, the people I admire. So those guys that have been there, done it, it's definitely good getting the kind words off them. But again, they're just words, man. I'm here to punch on. I'm here to punch Nikita's head in. I'm here to do the same. Simple as that.
Do you feel overlooked at all, though, because of all the focus that has been on this next fight potentially for Nikita Tszyu against Michael Zerafa? And I'm sure Tommy has something to say about that as well. But do you feel overlooked?
Yeah, a little bit, but only by the people that don't know what they're talking about. The people that are in the know, Nikita, his team, the promoters, the No Limit boys, the guys that have been around boxing know that this is a real fight. I had someone say to me this was the most prestigious, real high-level Australian title fight in a long time, and I have to agree. When you look back there, for the Australian title, it's not on the line anymore. I don't think, is it? I don't know, but either way, whatever. Either way, the level of quality for us where we're at in our careers, this is a very, very high-quality fight. And you can see we're both here relaxed, happy, but we're going to try to tear each other's heads off. So this is my art form. This is what I love doing. I've been practicing this art form and discipline for 15 years. And, the ring's my canvas, these are my paintbrushes, and Nikita's blood's going to be my paint Wednesday night.
You were number 9 in the world just a year ago when you had that fight against Benjamin Hussein. You now have the opportunity to go into the world rankings with 2 of the governing bodies in this fight. That has to increase the stakes in this fight and what there is ahead for you.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Like, I'm balls into this sport. Like, I'm all the way in. Like, I've got 2 kids at home and another one on the way, a beautiful wife, and my whole, I'm a person that tries to help my community, help my family, and I've dove right into this sport. So me just being here is not just to be here. This is to win this fight, to kick open bigger doors. And the fact that I'm going to be putting myself back into the world rankings is another blessing and something I'm extremely grateful for. People always knock the Tszyu show, the Tszyu name, but without that, maybe those opportunities wouldn't be there. Higher tide rises all ships, and I'm going to the top.
What happens in this fight, Koen? I'm sure you've visualised it a number of times and you've known that you're going to fight Nikita at some point for a number of years. What do you think happens?
It's going to be war, it's going to be blood, it's going to be fun. Like, it's what I live for, it's what I love doing is real fights, the real stage, the big stakes, being the man in the arena. Is real, like, this is modern day gladiator shit. People don't know. If you haven't done this sport, if you haven't been around it, you don't know what goes into it. And those that do know, and man, we're coming to try to kill each other, Until the ref separates us by the standard rules that we've got in front of us, we're going to hurt each other as badly as we possibly can. And, I'm just looking forward to the whole thing. I'm prepared for anything. I'm prepared for the best to happen, and I'm willing for the best to happen.
That is Koen Mazoudier, and this is the undefeated Nikita Tszyu, who's smiling as Koen says those things. And I know that that excites you when you hear an opponent talking like that, Nikita.
Yeah, for sure, because it's the exact same thoughts that I've had in my head. Everything that comes out of his mouth is something that I preach, so I fully respect everything that he stands for, and it's going to be a great night.
Did you like that bit about the blood and the canvas and everything? That sounded like one of yours.
Yeah, I got a little stiffy just then.
Mate, keep it to yourself. Keep the stiffy in your pants. I don't want to see that.
My thoughts are too vivid.
Michael, what did you feel about that, mate?
I don't know how this stuff comes out of his mouth all the time, and people get. I don't know, man. Like, he talks about licking blood and eating snakes' asses, and I don't know, man. He's a weird dude, but it works for him, I guess. But I don't know. He's strange.
Hell yeah.
Nikita, he's saying that a lot.
I say hell yeah.
Yeah?
Why be the same? I like expressing myself in the way I feel most natural.
And do you see a bit of that in Koen as well?
Yeah, for sure. When I heard that he goes for runs barefoot in like the rain, in one of his interviews, I was like, this guy's a nutcase. My poor feet will be like bleeding. For each to their own. We all have our own like little ticks, and yeah.
You clearly respect Koen, and that's been very clear through this process. Does that impact you going into this fight? Are you sure that you can be at your bloodthirsty best against an opponent that you respect like that?
Look, the sport of boxing is beautiful in that, like growing up throughout the gym, you have training partners that you're like kind of like best mates with, that you're training with, and when you're sparring, you're trying to kill each other. There is no holding back. But then straight after sparring, you're kind of smiling, laughing it off, and just kind of like, I smashed you there, all this kind of stuff. So we know how to separate the brutality from the kind of like the laughter. And yes, we're kind of joking around now, talking about eating burgers, and we're all smiling. But once that bell rings, we're both going to switch, and it's going to be two lions going to trying to kill each other. And then who knows? We might be smiling after if we're both maybe not brain dead.
You mentioned burgers there. I don't know if they're in your immediate future. How are you going with the weight ahead of the weigh-in this time tomorrow?
Oh, I'm struggling. I'm struggling big time. Fuck. Yeah, I'm kind of screwed for tomorrow. So I might have to chop off a testicle. Come on.
What about the co-main event? Clearly, you're going to be preparing for your fight at this stage.
No.
What do you think happens?
I couldn't care less what's going on in the co-main events. My main focus is on myself. This is a very individual sport, and I have to be very selfish with the way I think. And my main focus is on myself.
So you're not team Tommy Browne?
Oh yeah, well, hell yeah, Tommy. But like, I'm not thinking about it at all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anything else, Nikita, ahead of this fight? There's a fair bit there to work with.
No, not really. Like, I respect Koen. We're going to have a great fight. It's going to be, as I said before, it's going to be like looking in the mirror. We're both got that same kind of mentality. We're going to be trying to kill each other, and it's going to be a very entertaining night for the Australian public.
There's a few, they're probably gone by now, to be honest, after this press conference, but only a couple of hundred tickets left for this fight. What are you expecting the atmosphere to be like in this venue on Wednesday night?
Look, I've never fought in a venue where it's kind of like one stage kind of looking out. So this is very high ceilings, looks kind of cool, I'm not going to lie. Very clean facilities, I like it, so this should be a good night.
Yeah, it should be. Okay, that is our main event. That is Nikita Tszyu and Koen Mazoudier. We'll get those two fighters to face off in front of George Rose here at the top. So as I mentioned, we start at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday night on Fox Sports, then live on pay-per-view from 7 p.m. The last tickets are selling as we speak if you can get here to the ICC. Otherwise, join us on Main Event Television, and before all that, we'll see you tomorrow, midday Australian Eastern Standard Time, at this very venue for the official weigh-in. Thanks so much for joining us for today's press conference. I'm Ben Damon. I'll see you at the fights.